Good afternoon and welcome to IFPRI's Policy Seminar on Food Security, Farming and Climate Change to 2050, Scenarios, Results, Policy Options. I'm Rajul Pandya-Lorch and I'm head of the 2020 Vision Initiative and Chief of Staff here at IFPRI, International Food Policy Research Institute. This seminar marks the release of IFPRI's latest research report on food security and climate change. The report is simultaneously being released in Cancun, where the United Nations Climate Change Conference is taking place, and will also be presented at a policy seminar there in Cancun on Friday, December 3. This report, and I hope you've had a chance to pick up both the report and the accompanying policy brief. The report expands on IFPRI's cutting-edge modeling expertise to address climate change threats for food production and food security. Building on previous research by IFPRI and by other international organizations, it examines a wider range of economic, demographic, and climatic scenarios. The findings constitute what we think are the most comprehensive analyses to date on the scope of climate change as it relates to food security, including those who will be most affected and what policymakers can do to facilitate adaptation. It's wonderful to have our three speakers here with us today. I'm sure all of you recognize who they are, and I'll briefly introduce them. Our three speakers are Mark Rose-Grant, Sherman Robinson, and Entera Twila. Mark is the Director of the Environment and Production Technology Division here at IFPRI. He has more than 30 years of experience in natural resources and agricultural policies. He has, among many other things, developed IFPRI's widely recognized impact model, or the International Model for Policy Analyses of Agricultural Commodities and Trade, and other families of models. Sherman Robinson is the second speaker. He is the Professorial Fellow at the Institute of Development Studies and the Professor Emeritus of Economics at the University of Sussex. He's also a visiting Senior Research Fellow at IFPRI and visiting Professor at the Institute of Social Studies in the Netherlands. Sherman, it's a welcome back to you. He used to be the Director for 10 years of the IFPRI's Trade and Macroeconomics Division. And he has also worked at the World Bank, US government, and universities around the world. Entera Twila is the coordinator for the Global Food Security Initiative in the Office of the Secretary at USDA, United States Department of Agriculture. Anne has also served as Senior Advisor for International Affairs to the Undersecretary for Research, Education, and Economics at USDA. And prior to this, she worked at USAID, the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, and the International Food and Agriculture Trade Policy Council. Anne has alerted me that she might have to take an urgent call and walk out, but she will be right back and will continue her presentation and take questions. Our order of presentation is as follows. Mark will present the main results of the Climate Change Research Report and will speak for about 15 minutes. Sherman will comment and will present more results from the Foresight Project on global food and farming futures, which is the catalyst for the scenario work in the report. And Anne will discuss both of the papers by Mark and Sherman and add some further comments. Sherman and Anne will speak for about 10 minutes, and then we will open up for discussion. We have a very large audience here in person, and we have an audience joining us through virtual means. I'm sure we'll have a very rich and interesting discussion. Thank you very much. Mark, all yours.